Hi, I'm Katrantzou and you're here in our studio in London. I think the way my work is built, it's very symmetrical and there's a certain balance because I engineer my prints and because they're engineered around the woman. And essentially you're creating a second skin for the woman. So I think there's something very, it's integral to both the symmetry and the balance and the way you build it up. And because there's so many components, in a way, I feel sometimes every season that I'm guest designing a collection, be that a collection of perfume bottles or blown glass or interiors. So it's a little bit different, I think, the inspiration point that I start with and how I build it up to other fashion designers. And I think part of my education in architecture, I think, has influenced that a little bit, even though it was very short because I've only really studied a year in architecture. I think there's a lot of elements that are in common. This season it's a dual theme, and the idea was that it would be a journey from one into another, which is quite ambitious, I found out, because it's almost like you're working with two prints, and my prints aren't easy. So I think what I could say is that it's very contrasted, and one part is the industrial fabrication that you find, and the other is the austere formation that you get in nature. I think when I went into my MA and decided I want to do fashion, there would be no other fashion capital that would be able to support me as London did. And you know, the industry as an industry has such a great platform to show your work in such an early stage that I think as soon as I graduated I was given the opportunity to do New Gen, and from then I decided to build up the company. And you know, it was natural that you do it in London because of the support and because obviously I studied here and I did my MA here. So yeah, London Fashion Week is important because it's a voice for so many talented designers that actually have a business that's commercially viable, but they're not afraid to be creative and unique in their concepts and ideas. And I think there's a great camaraderie between designers because of that, because we're all so different and we have a unique voice. And also the British Fashion Council has been doing an amazing job. I was helped by them to showcase my work in London showrooms. I've had a show as part of London Fashion Week for 6 seasons now, and really I don't think you can get a more creative fashion week than London.